There were high-level discussions. But at the center of our discussions, it was mainly the issue of the restructuring of the economy to benefit the majority. And that is the spirit that we're organizing ourselves on. We want to be known as the leadership that was able to address that fundamental issue. Because different generations have addressed different issues. The Peter Mokaba generation and many other generations have delivered us to political freedom. But that was not a total freedom that was fought for. Majority of young people in South Africa still remain unemployed. Majority of young people in South Africa are still the faces of crime. Majority of young people in South Africa are still highly excluded from their own activities of their own country, their own economic activities of their own country. Now, that is what we want to address. And the only way to address that is to make sure that we reindustrialize, we make sure that our raw materials or all the materials we have benefits the majority of South Africans. Because it can't be right that the economy of this country does not reflect the demographics of this country. But we can only achieve that with the structure of the youth league that we have. We are not going to be apologetic. If majority of South Africans are not full participants of their own economic activities of their own country, they are dead. It's true. Because what are you doing in your own country if you are the face of poverty, you are the face of crime, you are the face of unemployment, you are the face of all the bad things, but all the good things belong to only the minorities that were given advantages by a system called apartheid. We are going to fight for the restructuring of our own economy. It must reflect the demographics of the country. I don't know who you are talking about that they're going to come for us, is dead. I don't know if there are mafias in this country that kill anyone that speaks about their own economy. But the country, the democratic country that we belong to, allows us to influence policies that we believe in. The ANC Youth League and the ANC is not a multiracial organization. It's a non-racial organization. There's a difference between a multiracial and non-racial. Non-racial means that we are an organization open to all races to join the movement. I don't understand. Now, multiracial means that it's a mixture of different races for you to call it a multiracial. Tina was saying that everyone must join the organization. They're open to join. Now, there's this thing that has been used in the ANC, not in the ANC, by people wanting to create an ANC to be a multiracial organization. It's not that. Then the ANC says that because the leader of society, it must reflect, it lobbies, it says that it must reflect, it's a national question, what the society looks like. Now you can't say there is no leadership because there is no Indians and whites. No. It further becomes a democratic organization. Now it says everyone who joins becomes a member of the ANC clique is subjected to internal processes of the organization. What are those internal processes? You contest for positions, you must be nominated, you must be elected. There's nowhere in the constitution of the Youth League or the ANC that says that a structure is unconstitutional if it does not have a certain races in it. Now I feel that I must clarify that because it's a confusion that is caused that does not exist. The constitution of the ANC explains itself on what it is. The ANC is the first organization to acknowledge its mistakes and problems. It's the ANC. It's not anyone else. The ANC set up an integrity committee. When society said, the ANC, you are deploying people in government who are stealing from the poor. You can't be an ANC that is led by criminals. The ANC set up a committee and said that anyone who's charged of any criminal offense must step aside because the ANC can't be an organization that harbors criminals. It's the ANC. When society is told the ANC that they no longer want to associate with the ANC because it's associated with corrupt people. The ANC says, go and clean yourself and come back clean because you don't want dirty people in the ANC.